Assalamu alaikum, students of grade 7. Today the topic is conditional sentence. We also can say it's an if sentence. So now today we are starting the conditional sentence. There are four main types of if sentences in English, often called conditional sentences. These sentences are in two halves, that is we call clauses. That first clause is if clause, the other part where you can use words such as can, will, may, might, could, would. These are the main clauses. The first one of the zero conditional sentence. The first one is the zero conditional sentence, in which we have if clause and the main clause. In if clause, we will use if and simple present tense. And in main clause, we use simple present tense. This zero condition we use for the universal truth, for obvious fact. For example, if I'm late for school, my teacher gets angry. And same here, if I oversleep, I miss the bus. So you can see the structure. There is a if sentence, that is if I oversleep, and you see it's in simple present tense. And the second sentence, which is I miss the bus, it is also in the simple present tense. That is saying that it's a fact. If I oversleep, I miss the bus. And if I miss the bus, I'm late for school. Here also you can see these are the zero conditional, which means these are the facts. These are the obvious thing. If I miss the bus, I'm late for school. You see the connection. If I oversleep, I miss the bus. And if I miss the bus, I'm late for school. If I'm late for school, my teacher gets angry. If I'm late for school, my teacher gets angry. These are zero conditional sentence in which we talk about the facts, the obvious thing, and we talk about things which are supposed to which are conditional to each other, but they are in such sentences we can say, we can use the word when. When I am late for school, my teachers get angry, which is also in a sense correct one. Now I am moving to another one. After the zero condition, which talks about the obvious fact, we talk about the first conditional sentence, that is if clause. In if clause, we talk about present tense, and the main clause we use will, can, may, must, and the first form of the verb. And the first form of the verb. That is, example is, if I go to London, I will see the Big Ben. So it is a condition in which we say, it is a condition in which we can say that something which is most possible. That maybe I am planning to go London, and if I go to London, then I will see the Big Ben. Student, what is your plan? If I want, for example, if I'm supposed to go to market today, which I usually do not, but exactly sometime I go to market and you can say, teacher, if you go to market today, please uh, buy a book for me. And I can say, if I go to market today, I will buy a book for you. That is most possible that I go to market today. And if I go to market today, I will buy a book for you. So here the boy is thinking, if I go to London, I will see the Big Bang. Second one is, if I go to London, what happened then? I will see the Big Bang. That is a planning, it's a condition. Conditional sentence in which we are using will in the main clause. The second one is, if I go to Buckingham Palace, I can take a picture of Royal Guard. You see, there we are using modal verb can with the first form of verb take. If I go to Buckingham Palace, I can take a photo of the Royal Guard. If you go to London, you must look right before crossing a street. If you go to London, you must look right before crossing a street. All these sentences are is talking about the condition. Okay, that means still we are not going to London. But if we plan to go to London, then we must look right before crossing a street. And this is the first conditional sentence. Now we are talking about the second conditional sentence. If clause plus past tense and main clause, we can use would, could, might, and the first form of verb. Here you see, when we are talking about some hypothetical situation, something which we wish we could do that, something which have less probability to happen, we use the second conditional. If I were an astronaut, I would travel in a spaceship. You see, if I were an astronaut, I would travel in a spaceship. I'm not an astronaut, and it's not very easy to become an astronaut. But if I were an astronaut, I would travel in a spaceship. If I were working in a multinational company, I would buy a new car. That means it's my wish. In present, maybe in someday, I start working in a multinational company, and then I would buy a car. So it's a wish which is in present tense and as well as for the future. And in these condition, in if clause, we use simple past tense, and for the main clause, we use would, could, might, and the first form of verb. The second is, you see the second example, if I were an astronaut, I would travel in a spaceship. So again, it's in hypothetical situation, it's not real, but it's a wish, and most possible that maybe in some time, if I become, I were an astronaut, I would travel in a spaceship. If I traveled in a spaceship, I would go to Mars. You see, all these are the wishes, a wish, or you can say that all these are some, not exactly the real situation. These are the just wish and just another situation which is a hypothetical situation. If I went to Mars, I would meet a Martian. Again, you see, this is the second conditional sentence in which we are talking about, which is exactly not possible, not a fact right now, but a wish, a possibility. Maybe in maybe someday I become a If I were an astronaut, I can go to the Mars, and if I went to Mars, I would meet a Martian. If I met a Martian, I would not understand him.